Hello adventurers, Pwn Star here with Pwn Star Gaming. Guys, today I wanted to talk about going into 2021 and just some of those games that really give you that nostalgic feeling. And for me and many others, surprisingly, it's Ultima Online. Any given moment on a server called Ultima Online Outlands, there's roughly 15, maybe even 1,600 people online playing from all around the world. We've got a lot of people here in the United States. We've got some people over there in Europe and Asia and Russia and all these crazy places. And it's really kind of a magical thing. Now, if you guys know anything about Ultima, it was created by Richard Garriott. Richard Garriott actually, as a younger man, locked himself into his closet of his bedroom, turned out all the lights, put his computer in there, and just started learning how to code different video games. What ultimately became a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of different Ultima games. Eventually, it became Ultima Online, where then later on in his years, he even began getting money together to travel to space. And he did. He spent 12 days in outer space. He also funded a business that allowed tourists to go to space. Pretty crazy and adventurous man, not only in video games, but also in the real world. Really, really cool stuff. If you want to find out more about Richard Garriott, you can talk to my friend Mustache Gaming, also known as Vossrel of his podcast, where he did a very good, in-depth interview with Richard Garriott himself and a lot of other staple people in the Ultima Online community. I did say community because Ultima Online is a vast community of people. Now, if you know anything about Ultima Online, you know that there are many different ways you can play the game. You can play the game as a murderous person running around killing miners or other adventurers for the loot that they just took off of that freshly killed dragon or demon. You can become a miner yourself and just whack away with a pickaxe at a mountain and turn that iron ore into a chainmail vest that you imprint your name on and then sell to other adventurers. Before you know it, you've got many people running around with your name embroidered on either your leather tunics or your plate mail armor. Now, for me and many others, Ultima has always been that one game that you always go back to. I can sit there and I can buy a $2,000 gaming computer and find myself playing the bulk of the hours on this game from way back in the late 90s. Talk about overkill, right? Even more so, it's the one game that you can continuously play and have an adrenaline rush. When ultimately, even if you die, it's not the end of the world. Although you do lose everything in your bags and on your body. But that's okay because for the most part, it's usually easily replaceable. However, it is the game that gives you the heebie-jeebies, the adrenaline, the drive to always accomplish more. You basically build your empire, whether it is a large guild that you're hosting or just your own little house with some really cool decorations in it. There's tons and tons of different adventures that you can go on. It actually created the word Sandbox MMO. And there's different servers that they actually call shards. If you've ever played any other games, then you would know sometimes people call different servers shards. I play on this shard. That comes from the gem being shattered into different shards in Ultima Online lore. Now, I'm not going to give away too much. That's up to you to look up and learn the different lore of Ultima Online, as it is pretty interesting. However, there are many different servers and some take their different pin on it differently. Now, speaking of different servers, My friend over there that I just talked about, Mustache Gaming from the Vossrelpor podcast, he actually plays on Ultima Online Hybrid. It's a really good custom server that uses the original Ultima Online map and a lot of the current Ultima Online rule sets. However, it mixes in its own thing. I guess that's why they call it Ultima Online Hybrid, as it's a mixture of things. Myself personally, I play on a server called Ultima Online Outlands. Now this, in my opinion, as I have played on many Ultima Online servers since the beginning of Ultima Online time, that is my belief that it is the best one. It's got a fully customized map that the creator of the server, Owen, actually created himself. Sometimes he does stream on Twitch while he is building different parts of the map, and let me tell you, it is a very tedious job, as this game is very old and the tool used to create the map is no easy task. However, he has definitely mastered it and has created a very beautiful land, all the way from different towns, dungeons, different dungeon bosses, even different server events that partake in the world itself to create an even more ever-living world. Now, what's really neat is, like I had said earlier, this server has anywhere from 1,500 people, give or take, at any given moment. Now, the map may be actually considered too small for such a large number of people. And that's okay, because it just creates that large immersive atmosphere that makes you feel like it's just as populated as ever. And it really is. If we go back down memory lane, back in the day when I played on the actual Ultima Online servers in middle, maybe elementary school, I can always remember I played with my friend Brady, who's still friends with me and still plays Ultima Online with me today. We would get home from school, jump off the bus stop, immediately pull our jackets or our shirts over our heads, and run from the bus stop to his house. All the way making a monster called a headless one noise the whole way home. As we did that, we'd get home and we would take turns playing hour for hour on Ultima Online. Now, he played a character named The Rock. I played a character named Ninja. When I would get home after we'd switch off playing, basically just farming in the wilderness of a town called Vesper, if we made 8,000 gold that night, we felt like we really hit the jackpot, which, as some of you know, really isn't that much money. However, when I would get home, I would pick up the phone, dial his phone number that I can still remember to this day, and ask him, "What are you doing?" And he would give me full descriptions of every little detail that he was going through in the game. I would join in on the excitement of him almost dying to a large ogre, or triumphing over an orc lord, getting away from a PK. We always told ourselves that we were grandmaster runners because we got really good at running away from PKs. If you guys don't know, a PK is a murderer, a red player character. After you kill 5 innocent players, your character name goes red for a certain amount of time, often days, weeks, or maybe forever if you don't stop killing people. And if we would get away from those, we would just celebrate in such excitement. It was definitely a adrenaline rush time to the extreme. I think I can remember being in childhood fights in elementary and middle school that I didn't have near as an adrenaline rush as I did running from PKs in that game. Like I said, however, I play on Ultima Online Outlands server, where there's about 1,600 players online, maybe 1,500 at any given time. They have the homemade map that Owen has created. They have daily events from different town struggles, which are similar to the old faction wars like Order or Chaos. They have different holiday and server events. Currently right now they have their Winterlands event, where you kill monsters for a ticket to Winterlands and ride a train to the Winterlands itself, where you can kill monsters for your chance at different items and rare loots and stuff like that. There's a bigger description right here if you'd like to watch a full video on the event. However, today there is even a boxing tournament in just a few hours that I'm very excited to attend myself, watch it, probably film, and be on the lookout for another video perhaps. Another really cool thing about the Outlands server is they have different, not necessarily a class system, but they call it aspects. The aspects are going to be different things like fire, water, air, earth, blood, command, and they all have their different fortes and weaknesses, and their specs go better suited with different classes, or different skills and things such as that. It's something that you can progress your character with, even past the normal 0 to 100 skill gain. This has levels in the aspects, and to take it a step further, they have what's called a mastery chain. The mastery chain will maybe increase your damage by a certain percent, or increase your rare loot chance drop by a certain percent. All in all, you can switch these things out, make it customized to how you want to build your character, throw your ideas in a Discord that is extremely popular to have it picked apart and made even better, where people become these ultimate meta gamers, as we'll call it, and create the best templates of themselves. Now, you don't have to throw it in there. Obviously, some people just play exactly how they want and find great success from this same approach. Ultima Online Outlands has a plethora of different streamers and content creators, probably some of the best in the Ultima Online's community. I myself, like I said, I play on Outlands. I don't stream. However, the one guy that I watch the most on Twitch, his name is Trammy Surprise. He regularly streams with over 100 people in his channel. He's always hooting and hollering, running away from people, chasing people, getting all the great kills, just never seemingly to die and escaping from all odds. He's a very charismatic, hilarious, fun guy to watch play, and I highly suggest, if you want to get a feel for the game before you jump in, watch him and you will really find some excitement that you're looking for. This guy also has really helped me take my video editing and my YouTube channel to the next level. Definitely give him a follow and watch a lot of his streams, and also his own YouTube channel. He just recently released a stream team, almost anime Ultima Online's video, which once again you can find here. Very entertaining. I think I've watched it many times. Either way, guys, this is just my, coming into 2021, excited for Ultima Online and how it has actually somehow managed to grow in this last year. I do think a lot of that has to do with Ultima Online Outlands. If you want to play it yourself, go to www.uoutlands.com, download the client, and I hope to see you there. If you do, feel free, find me on Discord, PwnStar85. You can join my community in the description, and I will be more than glad to help you out and answer any questions you have about playing the Ultima Online game. Also, that community has a lot of community-driven fans of the game that are more than willing to help out. And above all, I hope you have fun, and I hope to see you there, and PwnStar Gaming out.